Here we are, part 2. Punter, Dan Kelly.
There we go, belly flop.
Belly flop kid.
Finally won something.
So what do we think? What do you think about Aquanita Duke? It's such a big subject and all the things. So do you look back over it and think, now we know why, or?
No.
So we're not watching. I'll just say this point: we're not watching TV, and something I know nothing about. Wouldn't have a clue. Wouldn't have the slightest clue. Never had a drug in my life, right? But you see them on the news, and the bloke from the Federal Police is there, or Customs, or whatever, and they found 50 kilos of cocaine or something. I think if that's what they found, how much do they not find?
Everyone's getting through. Yeah.
And so when this Aquanita thing comes up, I think, okay, if this is what they found, how much don't they find?
That's right.
So
yeah,
anyway.
exactly. And they got lucky with the phones and everything here, which is what's best investigative tool for police and anything now. The phones. I mean, so they pull all this stuff out of the phones and they put a case together. But so it's happened and they've been charged and it was 100 races or something or things like that. So I'd sort of like, as you said, everything you've always says everything shows up in the betting. So I think if they're going to, with what's happened in the trots now, there's a Bendigo trainer charged with the charge was use of corrupt conduct information for betting purposes. So I think, if they're fair income, they need to do a forensic analysis of all the betting on those races. As you said in George's article, well,
if this was happening in the share market, it'd be insider trading.
Well, it says here. It says people are people in the game and close to stables and things like that are acutely aware of the dangers of insider trading and manage that accordingly. So I would doubt that Robert Smurden has ever had a bet in his own name in his life. Someone else would be doing whatever his business just to avoid all this sort of stuff. They're too clever, and probably with most trainers and whoever else. So, but it all show up in the betting, and there'll be IP addresses, and there'll be patterns, and then they can sequester phone records, and it'll all be there. So if someone wants to go and look for it, it'll all be there.
So with Aquanita, there's the board, and you've got some high-profile people there. They wouldn't have a clue about any of this, is my personal opinion. Then you got the trainers, and then stable hands and other stable stuff. And it starts there, it filters out towards punters that are connected to it. That's just the way I feel about it. And from a punting point of view, I just do the best I can to price every race as accurate as I can, given the information I've got, and then go with the betting from there. And to me, when I know a horse really well and there's unusual betting, it stands out to me. I can just tell, and you say, right, so what's happening here is they've got information that I don't have, so I need to listen. Other times, you look at it and you go, they're making a mistake. I know why they're making a mistake. I know the mistake they're making, and I'm going to let them run with it.
Let them run with it. That's right.
So it's really, as a punter, that's where I think where it sits. You've got to decide when you're at a disadvantage, and when you're right on top of it.
Yeah. And it was always in the betting with those horses. I mean, they always went one way or the other. Didn't they? And there's been so it'll all be in the betting. And if they want to put a team together, and I don't know whose job it is, so they get one of the betting stewards won't do it or anything like that, but it's probably but it'll all be there. It's just whether they want to go and look for it, and then whether they can get those charges to stick.
So the interesting thing is too that since it all sort of started to come out, for a couple of days the stable was no good, and then over the weekend they went in races. No problem.
And I was just looking. We'll talk about jockeys and trainers hot and cold later, but I was just looking through the stats, and his stats are as good as anyone's. Smurden recently. I mean, he had a hot run then. Apparently they went quiet after that happened, but he's going as good as anyone now. And Stewie Webb had a winner on the weekend, and Vassal Kettleston won 10 minutes after the charges got read out. But anyway.
As a punter, you never know for sure exactly how these things are happening, but you can. So if you just think for a second, just say these treatments, race day treatments, help between a length and 2 lengths. So if you think a horse is a really good 2-to-1 chance, you've priced every other runner, it's a dead set 2-to-1 chance, but you can add 1 to 2 lengths to it, all of a sudden it becomes an even money chance.
It's a massive edge.
It's a massive edge. That's what it means. So I mean, that's why these horses have shortened so much, because it's But then they don't know what the rest of the field's doing. So
and
that's why it's not perfect.
No, that's right. So it's I've only had issues when I've been on a horse trying to run something down that and the thing doesn't stop. And I'm expecting it to stop, and it don't stop. And then you say, oh, it's from one of those camps. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Learn for next time.
A great game, DK. What a game it is. It's just a beauty.
Has anything ever not happened? I mean, it's unbelievable. It's just amazing caper anyway, but it's the beauty of it, I suppose. It's one of the reasons we love it. It's not boring. Never boring.
Well, it's been... One of the things that has changed, we was talking about with over the last 10 years, is I didn't do it, I meant to do it, but I'd be interested to go back and look at who were on top of the Trainers Premiership 10 years ago. I bet the names would be quite different to what they are right now. Who, in say 2008 and 9, who would have been the leading trainers? Peter Moody would have been.
Peter Moody, yeah.
Would have been there. Darren Weir probably would have been.
Darren Weir was still
would have been in the top 10 maybe, but not, that's about it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's because he wasn't getting the cattle until...
No.
I remember saying on this show, maybe 3, 2, I said, wait till he starts, everyone, the yearling sale starts giving him the horses. Now, you look at everyone advertising, this horse is going to Darren Weir, this horse is going to Lindsay Park, this horse is going to Darren Weir, this horse is going to Lindsay Park. So he's getting all the, now, this juggernaut was just going to get bigger.
Yeah, but it was a few years earlier, but Waller was the same in Sydney. And I suppose 10 years ago, Darley were always, they had a pretty good Melbourne stable then. Paul Snowden would have been down here.
You noticing any change there?
Yeah, last week.
Last week. I did the jump outs the other week. A bit more intent at the jump. There's things that change. I think
something's happened. Yeah. Last week they've all been running a couple of lengths better.
Yeah, and you can see. And I think he's going good in Sydney. And
so I'd say the last week with Godolphin, and the last 2 to 3 weeks with Waller. They've pretty much all been running.
What about the Waller? I saw. They seem the things he sends down here from Sydney improve. They're improving.
A few of them. Yeah. There was one at Yarra Glen last week.
Yarra Glen trotted in the thing that won 2 in Sandown or whatever it was.
There was the Avenger. Mudakari. I mean, he couldn't go a yard in Sydney. Its New South Wales form was deplorable.
So he's obviously he's sending them down, and they're I think it's Weir from the bush to the town. I think it's Waller sends them down from Sydney. I think you factor in add something. Right.
Which I was just naturally opposing them for a long time because they just weren't winning any races. All of a sudden they're a raw factor.
And brought it to my attention the other day.
Both the Avenger and Mudakaram at both wins have been really tough in the market. Seriously there.
Yeah, so. And the thing at Yarra Glen was as well, and it won by 5 lengths.
Was it?
Yeah. That was,
I had to go up a bit with that race. It looked like a nice performance to me. I mean, it's obviously led and sort of...
Did what he liked in front and Walker.
But it sort of feels like a horse to me that can win in town. That's what when I looked at that.
It's only anyway. Speaking of that, mate, do you have any follows them this time of year? Have you noticed any jockeys and trainers, hot and cold? Has anything stood out for you?
Well, I certainly noticed the change with Godolphin and Waller. In terms of jockeys, there is one young boy I'm just interested in. I really want to get your opinion because I don't know anything about him. I just watched him in a few videos. He's very enthusiastic. He's an enthusiastic rider. But I don't know anything else about him. Lewis Germain, is it?
L. German.
German?
Yeah, L. German. Yeah. He's apprenticed to Hayes, I think. Yeah, L. German.
He's still only riding in the country, but I like his intent and his vigour.
Yeah, well, he's getting a good base up there. So, and he rode the Sonata Cup winner in his 5th ride or something like that. He's setting something to the front with no weight and just kept improving on it. But so he's showing good signs early. So I made a few notes because a few have been standing out to me now. Hot trainers, I don't think there's anyone going better for the smaller team than Enver Jusovic.
And they got me onto that. I could have found sharing. I sort of just
third up improvement. No,
I just went when Soho Ruby was off the win, I just went there and.
But he had the horse. A nice first starter, win heavily back Friday night. He's got just high for Luton. He's got a nice horse called Necessary. He's only got 15 horses or something. Yeah. So he's on fire. I noticed, which is very interesting. I mean, Paddy Payne firing this time of year, which I really know is a lot of winners in the country, Ouija Turf and all that sort of thing. But just interesting that he's got him going at summertime. It was just interesting to me.
No, that stable's going really good. Hussey's Glow, another one.
Hussey's Glow, yeah. Mitch Freedman has moved to Ballarat. Okay. He might still have a little bit of Warrnambool or something, but his stats are good and he's just, you know, he's going to be there alongside Archie and Kamani and all those stables. And I just want to give a mention to George Osborne, because he had strength. He got the strangles thing, went through the joint, and was in lockdown, and then he just come out, and his horses are running well, you know. So
that happened to Matt Kamani too. Ever since the strangles thing, it's like that was the best thing that's ever happened to Matt Kamani. Couldn't train a winner before it. His horses have just been, it's completely different.
Unbelievable.
Like he's actually, like before it was Archie Alexander, big tick yes, and it's almost like Kamani just leapfrogged Archie a bit, you know what I mean? So I'm sure they'll be competing with each other a bit down there.
Like backing their horses. And the couple of very wary potting or saying Cole, but undeniably, you can't deny this, that the cold camp for the summer has been Robbie Griffiths. I mean, it just look, he's normally summer of Robbie, it has been for 10 years, summer of Robbie Griffiths, just knocks up training winners. I know Mr. Moneybags won yesterday, Saturday, and he had a win yesterday, but he's just even his figure on ratings to win the jockey trainers right down, and so
Can I say something? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. It's just a feeling I get. He's very negative about wide draws. You know, that's just wide draws are about intent. You know what I mean? And he seems with a lot of his horses, he sends a lot of his horses to the gates with the clerk of the course, and they're not properly warmed up. And they need to gallop to the gates. Like, they're horsemen. I'm not. You know what I mean? But I just see it a lot. Horses that trot to the gates miss the start. And are sluggish in the first third of the race. Anyway, but he's definitely been slow. The one that comes to mind for me that definitely back in play is Kavanagh, both branches.
Kavanagh, yeah. Well, I noticed that looking at that, because I was saying that just Danny O'Brien's a bit quiet, and I said, well, he's got excuses. He's trying to rebuild after the Cobalt stuff, but I mean, looked at Cavs, and Cavs going much better. So I don't know if Danny's going a bit slower than Cav, but I just noticed that, and Cav's training winners.
Well, it feels like to me with Cav, he sort of kept his horses back, the ones that he knew he could win races with. As soon as he's sort of felt his name's cleared enough and he can start marketing himself again, he's brought the horses that can win races into the stable, so he can send information out to his owners and say, I'm back, you watch. And the first horse that went to the races after he, you know, got in contact with all the owners was Atlantic City. It was just an enormous performance.
Quickly on the jocks, Jay Childs, like back. Jay Childs.
It's a beauty.
M. Walker, since his back injuries, his stats are up. Not a fair favourite, but just be wary of him going to the front and sprinting like he did at Yarra Glen and Stony Creek. And he's such a talented rider. He's a hard punters rider.
Yeah,
he's a lot of blokes not a fan, but to his credit, come back. He was had awful back troubles and surgery and everything. So good on him. And a couple of the girls, which is more to you, Steph Thornton, which is probably doing a bit more of her work in the metro, has been going terrific.
She rides brilliantly at Moonee Valley. She just knows when to push onto the lead and when to sit. I mean, she's had a couple of, you know, she's a young rider, right? But definitely got. She's a bit different, you know what I mean? Because she's from that equestrian type background.
A real racing horsey family. And Talia Hope, same thing from the horse family. She sort of hitched her wagon, or been the beneficiary of the Paddy Payne thing, but also the hopes of training winners. And I think she rode a winner for Weary somewhere. Her stats are right up, and don't mind backing her. She doesn't make many mistakes. And I was going to say that I was very wary by saying about cold jocks and things like that, because, you know, and if you'd asked me 2 weeks, ago, it would have been every version to say, how gone is D done? I mean, there's a high-profile rider's probably never gone as quiet. But fought his way back, and I hitched myself to his wagon. I've been struggling a bit. I hitched myself to his wagon over the weekend. It's Friday and Sunday, and he rode terrific. Rode 2 winners for me. Rode him terrific. I said, D Dunn won't muck around on these. He'll send them forward.
I backed him on Gretzky last week, right? And I thought, I'm just going to get a better price because he's riding it. Because it's only a matter of time till he turns it around. He's too good a rider not to. It's just, you know, they all, particularly when the more experienced jockeys, they all go through flat spots where their motivation's probably a bit low and all that.
You know? That's right. Funny you should say, because I ducked into the gym to just do a bit of exercise before I came here, and Brad pulled up alongside me with Ron Johnson, the fitness guy. And funnily enough, I was on Twitter last night, and the article came up from racing.com or something that Brad said, oh, look, I need to get my weight down. And it came up and said, Brad's teaming up with Ron Johnson. He's going to move in with him for a couple of weeks. Brad's really struggling with his weight, which you've probably seen. So he can't ride below 58. He's not getting the opportunities for Weir, and everything went pear-shaped at Black Heart Party, Perth, and he said, I need to get my body right and my mental health right. And it just, and he pulled up next to me, and then he was on the treadmill in front of me, and you can see he's struggling a bit. He's trying to get up and going again, but good on him, you know. He's like, it's a bit of an inspiration what he puts himself through, that bloke, and especially, you know, you can see he's got a young family. He's probably worried about, he's got to provide for his family, and he's struggling, and killing your body no good for your mental. So he's trying to get strong. So it's a tough caper, and he's sure is, you know. So, good on you, Brad.
I'm going to be captain obvious here, but she hasn't ridden a lot in Victoria, but every time Jamie Carr comes over it, she just stands out in a race. She's just got a presence. So horses just run for it. She just knows where to go. Like, honestly, when I still am filthy about Golden Mane because I backed at the start prior, but like
she just gets it to go.
She just got it to go. Like that horse is just a pig of a horse. No other jockeys could get it.
She gets it to go.
She just got every millimetre out of it. You know.
No, sure.
Well, there we go.
All right.
There's something for the punters, DK. That's a pretty good show. I reckon that'll
quick part 3 after this and do the.
What have we got?
I've got to give you a little present for you.
Oh, no, we'll keep going now. Let's keep it all in. We don't have to end. What do you got? Present?
Yeah. Now we put a call out on the last show to bet Nick Heathcote because everyone else got a tracksuit, and we might have been left out. So thanks, Nick. I should have it on, but it is a bit warm in here. But I got the Betfair tracksuit, so I'm in the crew, and he got this beautiful jacket for pots, and we're walking the tracks and everything like this. So
throughout winter, I'll wear it on every show for you, Nick.
There you go.
Good, what a good man you are.
Thanks, Scoot. Appreciate it. And just released the Betfair board shorts got it released this week, so
leave me out of them.
So I have been.
Probably have a size big enough.
I'll be wearing it most of the winter, mate. But thanks, Scoot. Hope you had a good fun on the Gold Coast. Yeah.
Good stuff.
All right.
He's a good man, isn't he?
A great man.
Very keen.
Very keen. Wants to help the punters.
He does.
It's all about he wants to help the punters and all that information they're putting on the Betfair hub and all the professionals and things they get involved and. You know, it's a really good way of marketing, you know. Good on him.
Good lad. All right, punters, that's it for us. We'll be looking forward to a good week this week. Caulfield Wednesday and back to Flemington on Saturday. So I think we...
Yeah, I'll be having a look. I've got the Wednesday. Anyway, I've got midday Wednesday and I'll be probably having a few picks at Sandown or at Caulfield Wednesday if there's a restricted, 64s and whatnot on these Wednesdays. So.
Well, there's a few of them this week.
Yeah, so I'll be running my eyes over it.
Sweet. Cheers, punters.